Just $19.72 till the end of June.
This sale's too big for a tent. Rock bottom closeout at Grindstaff, the Dominator. Model here, blow all prices on every new Chevrolet, Geo, Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, and Jeep Eagle, and exciting new cars from Kia. Truckloads of 97s are coming. The 96s gotta go. New Luminas 14856 S-Series trucks from $95.96. Geo Metros only $73.96. Rock bottom closeout for a limited time at Grindstaff, Chevrolet, Geo, Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, Jeep Eagle, Kia between Johnson City and Elizabethton on Route 67. Minutes from everywhere.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Red. Back so soon?
I hear Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich is back, but try this.
Not bad. Now try this.
Wendy's spicy chicken is a whole breast filet seasoned with Dave's own blend of pepper and spices for a very spicy sandwich.
Too bad it's not around all the time.
Didn't I tell you? People like it so much, it's on the menu full time.
Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. Now you can get it whenever you want it.
I'll be back.
And I'll be waiting.
Tonight, it's a star-studded night.
Whoa.
First, it's the famous Friends episode with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
The muscles from Brussels?
Then, what do you say when Julia Roberts wants you?
I believe my exact words were flying instant.
Then, on the single guy, is that Garth Brooks? All right, that was a stretch. But how about that 1 hour Seinfeld with Marissa Tomei?
Ooh la la.
Yeah. A star-studded night and a 1 hour Seinfeld, followed by ER NBC tonight.
In business news, President Clinton announced an election year boost for home buyers today. He unveiled a plan to give some first-time home buyers a $200 break in closing costs. The credit will be available to buyers who use government-backed loans and complete a home buyer education course.
We will cut average closing costs from $4,400 to $3,400 to try to make the dream of homeownership more achievable to young, hardworking people so they can get off to a good start.
The president says the new plan should help an additional 100,000 Americans purchase homes each year.
A state grant could make Jonesboro, Tennessee, a showcase in the region for the development of recycling and composting technology. Today, Governor Don Sundquist authorized a $400,000 grant for the pilot project to be located here in the old Franklin Company building. The program is designed to help the state reduce its waste production by 25%.
The end result will be that when you put all these through the process, we'll actually come out with a fertilizer that could be bagged and be sold. So the end result and the hope is that when we get through all the phases that we're going to go through, we'll end up with a facility that's completely self-sufficient.
Ofeller says a process to pulverize wood chips and develop a sludge fertilizer is already in place to help launch the project.
Reports of higher prices for grain and energy have triggered new worries about inflation in the U.S.
But as Bob Plunkett reports, it looks like those concerns may be premature.
The weather in recent months has been playing havoc with Americans' fear of inflation. A severe winter and early spring drought has cut the Midwest harvest and sent grain prices to their highest levels in decades. And extended cold snaps boosted demand for home heating fuel, helping send oil prices up by as much as 20%. But while those price hikes have given many investors cold feet about a possible return of inflation, the gold market, one of the better indicators, has been saying, no way. In recent weeks, prices have been falling, and even committed gold buyers do not believe they're going to rally anytime soon.
Commodity inflation fears are vastly overblown. The big European investor that accumulated in the 70s and into the early and even mid-80s, they are nowhere to be seen.
That's because gold prices depend on rising inflation, offering investors a haven from rising prices that can erode the value of other investments. So far this week, gold has continued falling, closing at $387 an ounce in London. Only months ago, it was more than $400. Another reason for the decline is that gold producers from Russia, South Africa, Australia, Brazil, and Canada have been overselling their inventory because they, too, think gold prices are headed further down.
I don't see the gold market collapsing. I don't see it going to 280 or anything like that. But I think we're probably in a market, if you wanted to really extend the trading range, 365 on the bottom.
Meanwhile, silver and platinum prices have also been falling. Concern about inflation is one of the great American pastimes, but it appears there's no reason to worry for some time. But if inflation does return, one of the first indicators will come in the gold markets. I'm Bob Plunkett reporting.
Up next, a museum that traces the history of the Oval Office.
We'll go inside a place filled with the spirits of presidents past when Live at 5:30 continues.
There's just something people like about a pickup man.
Coca-Cola and your best quality Ford dealer, the Truck Authority, unleash the ultimate pickup man Saturday night, June 22nd for the Coca-Cola 200 truck race at Bristol Motor Speedway. Watch them duel it out during exciting night racing like you've never seen before. It's hot action courtesy of your best quality Ford dealer and Coke.
There's just something people like about a pickup man. Yeah, yeah.
What would you do with a spare pair of glasses?
Change your style.
Change your look.
Have one just for reading books.
An emergency pair in case one breaks.
A pair of shades that look just great.
With buy one, get one free from Doctor's Value Vision, you can get that spare pair because when you buy one complete pair of glasses or contact lenses, you get an additional pair of glasses free, plus a professional eye exam for just $19.
But the best reason has always been
to share a pair with a friend.
Buy one, get one free from Doctor's Value Vision. 3 Tri-City locations, including Volunteer Parkway in Bristol.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Tri-Cities, here it is. The biggest sale of the year at Alley's Dodge Jaguar Saab in Kingsport. It's our 17th anniversary sale, and wow, year-end closeout discount prices right now. Intrepids, Stratus, Avengers, Neons, Ram trucks, Dakotas, Jags, Saabs. They're all priced to celebrate decades of low price and service leadership. It doesn't get any better than this. Alley's Dodge Jaguar Saab, the very east end of Stone Drive, Kingsport.
When we think of the country, we think of fresh, natural goodness. Only the finest grains go into country recipe bread. It's made right here and delivered fresh just hours after baking. With that great country recipe taste locked inside. So good, we call it country. You'll call it delicious. Country recipe bread.
From News Center 5, this is Kids News. Natural Tunnel State Park in Scott County, Virginia is a popular attraction, but it's also a bit of a mystery. There are many different theories as to how the formation developed. One possibility is that a stream bed cut its way through the limestone and formed the tunnel. The tunnel also plays an important role in local history as it allowed easy access through the mountains by railroad. I'm Scott Nagel for News Center 5.
With the November presidential election just a few months away, you may want to freshen up on your knowledge of political history. And the best place for that might be the Museum of American Political Life in Connecticut.
That's where you will find memorabilia covering all the past leaders of the United States. Andy Hiller takes us inside.
Walk into the Museum of American Political Life at the University of Hartford and you walk into 200 years of presidential memorabilia, from a lock of Abe Lincoln's hair to a Bill Clinton Blues Brothers button. The museum's 60,000 artifacts evoke memories and show how presidential candidates have tried to win votes. And the museum's director showed me how campaigns have changed since the first one.
We're not really looking at traditional campaign material in George Washington's time. We're looking at more commemorative objects, buttons and lapel pins and so forth. But it's really not until around 1860 when we really see the popular campaign objects. The whiskey bottles, the glasses, these little commemorative pins. They're dealing with a great many more issues that are very beautiful and artistic and in a way capture the imagination, I think, of a public much more than today's campaign objects do.
Blame that on Warren Harding, the first president to use
thunderstorm watch, a tornado watch in effect for much of Arkansas. By late tomorrow afternoon, your cold front's going to be still out to the west, so your zone of showers and thunderstorms still hanging out to our west. Maybe an isolated thunderstorm during the afternoon. Better chances as this thing moves in toward the weekend. We'll detail that forecast more coming up after the break, so stay with us.
Neighborhood Weather Network is sponsored by Food City, where your film will be developed picture perfect no matter what the weather.
I like this one.
Being a single parent with 3 kids, I'm trying to make ends meet on my own, so I gotta save. The savings I'm using for activities for the kids. We go skating some weekends, to the movies, every little penny a dime, whatever I can save. I mean, if I can save it, it helps. I'd like to be able to send them to college someday. And we saw Walmart. We just came in the first time and couldn't believe the difference in the prices. So we've been here ever since.
Safety and prevention. It's not a glamorous part of the insurance business at all. Nobody really sees us as heroes. Like the fire that doesn't start, or the break-in that doesn't happen. See, our success doesn't make news, but we know we're making a difference, and we'll keep at it.
During Goody's Father's Day sale, save on the best for Dad. He deserves it. Like Levi's orange tab denim shorts in 505 regular, 550 relaxed, and 560 loose fit styles, just $21.99. And get Levi's orange tab jeans for only $26.99 during the Father's Day sale at Goody's Family Clothing. Department store brands, department store styles, Goody's low price.
Goody's feels like you.
Warm day again on Friday, partly cloudy skies, highs mostly in the 80s. Some cool stuff behind this system, the Great Lakes. That's where the cool weather will be with highs only in the 60s. Mostly clear skies overnight tonight. There may be an isolated shower over the mountains, but right now Doppler radar not picking up too much. Mild lows, a little warmer, but still nice in the 50s. Highs tomorrow essentially where we were today, though a little more humid, partly cloudy skies, a 20% chance of an afternoon thunderstorm, 30% chance tomorrow night. So the odds, again, not favoring any one location that much, but a 50% chance of mainly afternoon or nighttime thunderstorms on Saturday, and then a better chance of showers, scattered thunderstorms Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday as the system finally moves in, sticks around for a little while. Of course, it won't be raining all the time, but there will be a daily chance of thunderstorms, some producing locally heavy rain.
Okay, Dave. Thank you very much. Well, as Tennessee celebrates its bicentennial this year, many in the state are taking time to reflect, looking back over a long history of accomplishments and setbacks, and looking forward to an unknown but promising future. In this week's In-Depth report, 5 men who have held Tennessee's highest office talk about their own experiences as governor of the 200-year-old state.
Bill, on behalf of everybody, welcome. We're glad you're here.
Thank you. Thank you. Just great to be here.
The Saturn call was the good housekeeping seal of approval for Tennessee. It said to the whole rest of the country, look at us. You know, why would the biggest Japanese investment and the biggest American investment both come to the same place? Something good must be happening in Tennessee.
We had 8 major mental health institutions in Tennessee in 1971, and only one of them was accredited. We didn't have a kindergarten program in the state of Tennessee, publicly supported. When I came in as governor, we did when I left.
Education has been an issue throughout the history of Tennessee, the issue being to try to continue to improve it. I think all governors have done that. The toughest night I ever spent in a mansion, and it was a tough night. I got a call the night that the Hatchie River Bridge fell in on Highway 51. They didn't know how many deaths were in there. And I never went back to sleep all night. And I prayed and I cried a little, and I didn't know what to do.
Mr. Chief Justice, I am ready to take the oath of office.
Please place your left hand upon the Bible.
The first
Raise your right hand.
dark time was the day I was sworn in. I was feeling real sadness. I was hoping to start something, not end something, to have a celebration, not a funeral. An inauguration is a beginning. It's a hopeful, happy time, and here we were having a funeral. So that's not the way I planned to go in, and that's not what I wanted to do.
After I knew in my mind I wasn't going to run for governor again, I decided I was going to straighten out this negative news media.
Now, unless you have reported the positive side of an issue, don't ask me a negative question because I don't intend to answer. So as I
Well, they couldn't think of any positive questions.
Unless you.
That's why I laughed at them, and that didn't go over too well with the news media.
Now, if you report,
And it went from there to worse.
As governor, it's a bully pulpit as a presidency is. You can lead, you can focus, you can direct, you can accomplish.
You do directly affect the lives of people. You can go out and see the state dollars at work. You can see it at work in the restaurants where people go and eat their food. You can see it at work in the quality of water communities have. You can see it in the sheltered workshops that the state helps support where people are so desperately in need of help.
What a governor does is a lot like Count Basie. You know, when Count Basie died, they said what he could do was that he could walk into a group of even the most disheveled musicians and sit down and tinkle a few keys on the piano, and they'd start playing better than they ever played before. And a real good governor brings out the best in a whole state.
I finally called a young man in that's given me a lot of trouble. Buford Ellington taught me this trick years ago, and I had a picture of a Caterpillar yellow road grader in the right-hand drawer of my desk. And he kept telling me, what, Governor, I just can't vote for the bill. I can't support the bill. I can't vote to raise taxes 3 cents or 2 cents or whatever it was. And I reached over and pulled that drawer open and pulled that picture out of that Caterpillar road grader, and I said, you see this? He said, yes, sir. I said, well, you take a damn good look at it, because it'll be the last one you'll ever see as long as I'm governor. You know, he voted for it, and he's very proud he did, and he's told me every day since, I'm proud I supported that bill.
Tennessee is a unique state. We have unique people. And then translate all of that, our traditions, our richness, and translate that into the future. And what we have to do together so that 100 years from now, our children and grandchildren can look back and say they carried on the tradition and they made it possible for us to be the very best we could be.
Coming up in sports, we'll have a preview of tonight's semifinal game at Virginia High, and Sean Pagano has the latest on a 2-card team for Morgan McClure in '97. Sports is next.
Guess what? I got 2 of all these great clothes for less than what I would have paid for 1 in a department store. At Burlington Coat Factory's Father's Day 2 for sale, they're more than great coats.
Welcome, Dave. Been a long time.
Sure has, Red.
You got a spicy chicken sandwich, but here, try this.
Not bad.
Water?
No, thanks. Ooh. Now try a Wendy's spicy chicken.
Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich is a whole breast fillet seasoned with Dave's own blend of pepper and spices. It's one very delicious, very spicy sandwich.
Please.
Oh. Try Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich and long live the king.
Why is a perfect car called a peach? Is a peach, therefore, the epitome of perfection? Considering that a peach has fuzz, is it a fruit or a mammal? We could ponder these peach questions and more, but there's no time. Because right now at Winn-Dixie, you can pick up a pound of juicy peach perfection for about the price of a postcard. So get on over to Winn-Dixie, because life is a bowl of peaches. Winn-Dixie, more choices, lower prices.
Well, it's do or die time.
That's right, Merrill. We're hoping more do than die. Virginia High has 4 state titles, and they want 5. Tonight, they hit the home diamond against William Byrd in the state semifinals. A win tonight sends them to the championship game on Saturday. Now, the Bearcats have been doing it all, especially at the plate. In their last 4 playoff games, the Cats have scored a total of 48 runs. Now, on the flip side, their pitching has allowed just 12 runs. They hope the aforementioned holds true tonight as sophomore Nick Lively gets the nod.
A great job for us all year, you know, on the mound. And only to be a sophomore, you know, you never know it. He maintains his composure out there.
Everybody's talking about state championship around here now, and I feel good about it, and everybody else is talking about it, so hopefully we'll do it.
Many of the successful owners in NASCAR have more than one team, and that may be the way of the future for Morgan McClure Racing. We could see a new 2-team effort out of a local Abingdon race shop as early as next year, but the new team won't just be for research and development. Owner Larry McClure says they'll put as much into the new team as they do for Sterling Marlin.
When we start this race team, we're going to do everything possible to make them a front-running car. We're going to have 2 successful teams. Information will be shared. Parts and pieces will be shared. And nobody will get better parts than the other person.
Well, Rick Pitino said no, but John Calipari says yes. The UMass head coach will take over the reins of the New Jersey Nets. Terms of Calipari's contract have not yet been released, but a radio station in New Jersey is reporting a 5-year deal worth $15 million. Steffi Graf continues to dominate at the French Open. Today, the defending champ knocked off Conchita Martinez in straight sets. 6-3, 6-1 were the numbers. Graf will face Arantxa Sanchez Vicario in the finals this week.